Hello there, space wizards, plastic spacemen, and rebel princesses. This is Todd Hoffman and Trent Hoffman, and this is Big T and Little T, a Star Wars podcast. Welcome to episode 2. Today we're going to be talking about episode 3 or chapter 3 of The Mandalorian, our progress in the Jedi Fallen Order game, and those new TV spots for The Rise of Skywalker. Joining me today is my little buddy, Mr. Trent Hoffman.
Hi.
And returning again as our special guest, Miss Ellie Hoffman.
Hi.
Oh, we're so glad that you both can join us today. So, why don't we get right to it? We're going to be talking about chapter 3 of The Mandalorian, The Sin. So, what were some of your favorite parts of this episode?
The most favorite part, the two favorite parts, three actually. I liked
Should we just kind of walk through? You want us to walk through it a little bit, and then you could say this is one of my favorite parts. Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. What do you want to do?
I like the one like all the bounty hunters like shooting.
The big shootout at the end. You're already going right to the end, huh?
Yeah, like the guy's like like he has a big cannon.
Oh, the big heavy guy.
Yeah. When he he took all the money, like the credits. He come back for Baby Yoda.
Yeah, he did. Yes. So that was some of your favorite parts, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's talk because we were talking about the big question last week was we were kind of debating, does the Mandalorian turn in Baby Yoda, or he doesn't turn him at all, or maybe he has second guesses. And so we get in there. Baby Yoda wakes up. They get into town, and Ellie, what happened? You started crying. Why were you crying last night? Do you remember?
Yeah, because I'm gonna miss Yoda.
Yeah, we were gonna miss Yoda, right? Because he was going to turn him in. So he went back to the client, and he gave him Baby Yoda, and the stormtroopers are kind of mean to his baby pod, right? And he's like, "Be careful," you know. And you could see that the Mandalorian was like,
Well, why you put him like why you put him to sleep?
put him to sleep.
Yeah.
Well, Baby Yoda.
Why you put a little like a big yeah, it's a blanket or like a square. Why you put it on him?
Oh, when he was on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get that in a minute, okay?
And why you put it on there?
Well, because they were trying to do tests on Yoda. So they turn him in, and then he gets all his Beskar armor, right? And that's cool because he got it in a cool little container, and
why fall asleep?
because he was tired from using the Force, right? Yeah. So Ellie was kind of upset that they turned him in, but he got all the Beskar, and it was in this cool little pod, and that cool little pod was from The Empire Strikes Back with Wilbur Hood, but he got all that Beskar, and the Mandalorian starts asking him questions, and the client's like, "Hey, you don't need to be asking questions with your reputation. Just let it go. You forgot, that this guy even existed, right?" So then he leaves, and then he goes to the cool metal smith lady, right, Trent?
Yes.
And then, so what happens after that, Trent? What happens in that?
The Mandalorians they think he has the best armor ever, and they all get mad. And the big heavy guy I was talking about, he got a battle, got their knives, they got their armor, and like the big guy almost had his.
Well, what did he try to do? He tried to take off his his
helmet.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's disgraceful with the Mandalorians. They have to keep their helmet on, right? And so he doesn't take off the helmet, and then she basically said, "This is the way," and they all repeat, "This is the way." And so then they don't fight anymore, and she makes the Mandalorian some new armor.
Yeah,
right?
It looked actually really sweet.
It was sweet. So then he goes back to his the bounty hunter guy, and it's basically, "Hey, give me another bounty. I want to get right on the road." And and no, everyone had a fob. Everyone had a fob trying to fight Baby Yoda, and no one could do it, but Mandalorian did it. So he goes back to his ship to start his next bounty. And what's missing on the lever? What was it?
A ball.
And what happened to that ball? Baby Yoda was trying to eat it.
Yeah, like, but at the end, he gave it back.
Yeah. Well, so it fell off because Baby Yoda was trying to eat it, and he basically said that's not a toy. And yes,
Daddy,
yes.
Why baby didn't have any spores when he take Ollie's first?
What was the question?
Why did Ollie's force
All the force, it got him real tired because he's small.
Yeah,
he's so small. That's why he had.
Why did Ollie's force and why did Ollie's force and then
he used all his force because to help the Mandalorian out with that mud horn.
Yeah, like the mud horn. He was like trying to kill the Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
He put his horn down, got the mud on it. His
When
horn.
they dropped it down, when he dropped it down, you was about to get him.
Yeah, it was about to get him, but the Mandalorian took him out.
Do you know, like when Baby Yoda, he was doing the 4, he was like.
Yeah, he was really concentrating.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're back in chapter 3, and he gives back the armor. He goes back to the ship. He's gonna activate the ship, and the ball's missing. You know what he decides to do?
What?
He shuts down the ship. He's like, I'm gonna go back for the kid, going back for Baby Yoda. So then he scopes out the place. And they're talking about, he got a cool little scope, and he's listening in to them, the scientist and the client. And he's like, client's like, just extract what you need from him and let's go. I can't help you or protect you anymore. And so the Mandalorian takes matters into his own hands, blows up the back door, takes out a bunch of different stormtroopers.
And
how many he electrocuted one.
And he got one on fire.
Yeah.
That stormtrooper was on fire.
Yeah, he was toasty, right? And so he did that, and then the scientist is doing some experiments, and we get to see something we haven't seen since A New Hope, and that's that medical droid with the little syringe, the little interrogation droid. Ooh, scary, but I don't know if he was doing anything to Baby Yoda, but I was scared. And so Baby Yoda's sleeping on the table, and the doctor's like, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. And
he says, what did you do to him?
That's right.
But so, he didn't kill him.
Nope.
Actually.
So then he tries to get out, and then he's surrounded by some stormtroopers. And what happens?
Got him. One is
with those little rockets.
Yeah, the whistling bird.
The whistling birds. Yeah.
It actually whistled.
Yep, and they got him, and that was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like.
Yep.
I have
So then we do that for a little bit, and he gets out of there, and what happens after that, my friend?
The trackers.
So all the trackers showed up. It was like beep 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 beep, right?
Yeah.
And they're all hot. I don't know if the Mandalorian knew it. I think he did because he knew they were going to be tracking them, And so then he's tracking them, and then there's kind of a standoff. So the main bounty hunter guy is like, hey, why don't you put the baby in the sled, and we could get off this in one piece. It's not cool that you took him. And so they have kind of like this standoff, right?
He was like, when the guys, he's standing in the little snow thing, it's a board, and when he was doing that, he was shooting a bunch of people, and it was very cool. That moment, bounty hunters come
All
out.
the Mandalorians
Yes,
show up
yeah.
and help save
Yeah,
Mando,
yeah.
right?
And the big heavy guy says, "This is the way."
This is the way, and he takes them out, and all the Mandalorians are just taking out all the bounty hunters, right?
Yeah.
And so then the Mandalorian escapes on a ship, and then Kreef, the bounty hunter guy, is on the ship. He distracts him with a little carbonite, and then he shoots him.
Yeah,
But he's not dead because he's got what in his chest?
his carbonite.
Now, do you think Mando did that on purpose so he didn't kill him? He knew he had the Beskar. You think he did that on purpose? I think he did too. Yeah, I think he did. Because I think we're seeing a lot more character growth with the Mandalorian. Just he has his own honor code, and I think he still respects them. So then he kind of takes off, and then who shows up again?
Baby Yoda.
Well, no, the Heavy shows up, and he kind of gives him a salute. It was kind of like an Iron Man kind of Captain America moment, you know? Guy's in the suit, and he's like,
He like do it.
"Yep." And then the Mandalorian's like, "I got to get me one of those."
Yeah.
Yeah, meaning like he needed a jetpack. Like, who else has a jetpack? Another bounty hunter.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. And then what happens, Ellie? Then Baby Yoda wakes up, and what's the Mandalorian do? Do you remember? He gives him the ball to play with.
Yeah, and he doesn't even eat it. Like,
I know, so awesome, right? All right, so now, we get through that. So I think I really enjoyed that episode, right?
that's like the best one.
So what do you think? What do you think is going to happen in episode or chapter 4, Trent? What's your predictions?
They're gonna meet the girl.
They're gonna meet Cara Dune, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the girl. Yep.
Yeah, and I think the Baby Yoda is gonna see her.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think the Mando's going to be on the run from everybody trying to still track him with Baby Yoda. So that should be very interesting. Okay, so we've been playing a lot of what else, Trent?
Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order, and it's tough.
Yeah,
It's a real tough, right?
there's this frog guy. And he's weird looking.
Oh my gosh, we like the other night we were screaming at the 3 frog guys we had to fight, and yeah.
Danny, why the Mandalorian takes the baby?
Well, because he was trying to protect it from the bad guys, right? Yeah, right?
But why he gets it from why when he has that droid and then why he gets that baby in the basket?
Why does he get him? Because that was the bounty. He didn't know it was a baby until it was too late, right? Yeah. So we're playing Jedi Fallen Order. We're having a lot of fun. It's a little tough, but we're really enjoying it. And right now we're on Kashyyyk. Yeah, and there's a lot of bugs and bad guys and plants and stuff like that. Spiders. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. But we're having fun. We're getting a lot of. We got a double lightsaber now. We got force pull and force push.
Yeah, and when I was playing the game,
the Purge Troopers.
Yeah, Purge Troopers. One guy, he was going in a trap. He does like a plant and he traps them and he flies.
Oh yeah, we were laughing about that. Yeah, it was like a big, like piranha plant, like a PD piranha plant, like grabs them and stuff like that. You know, so that was awesome. Okay, so that was cool, and we're having a lot of fun, and we're trying to make our way through the game, and it's been fun. So now we're on our next mission. But yeah, we're really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. We love BD1.
Oh yeah.
He's awesome, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So guess what, Trent?
What?
We are 26 days away from, as of this recording, the Rise of Skywalker. Okay. So I'm going to show you 2 little clips. Okay. And so let's see. This one was released on November 19th, and this is called The End. All right. Or just End. Okay. Just End. So, you ready? Let's watch this, okay? Here we go. Okay. Oh, hold on.
All we've done all this time What are you doing there, 3PO? Taking one last look, sir, at my friends. Confronting fear. It's the destiny of a Jedi. Your destiny. We're all in this. Till the end. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Tickets available now.
Whoa! What do you think of that? Kind of good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, you liked it. Okay, so what did you like about that? What did you like about that? That we saw some troopers on a speeder bike.
Yeah, I like when he blows up the can.
Yeah, exactly. That was cool. We saw Kylo kind of bracing himself, and then there's Rey jumping through like a force barrier to the Falcon. That looked cool. Yeah, super awesome, right?
Dad, watch
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, that's great, Ellie. So, you're excited for this?
Yeah.
Okay, this one literally dropped today of this recording, and this is called Fate. Are you ready for this one?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Confronting fear. It's the destiny of a Jedi. Your destiny. If this mission fails, it was all for nothing. We're not alone. Good people will fight if we lead them. Your journey has its end. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Tickets available now.
Oh boy, what do you think of them? That apples, man. Holy cow! We saw some Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
They're on the cliff. We
Yeah.
saw some
Stormtroopers.
Yes, we saw some stormtroopers were awesome. Yeah, those were the red guys. Those are our gosh, what are those things called now? Oh, I'm blanking on them. Their names.
What's one?
The red troopers. Oh, the Sith troopers. Yeah, those things are crazy. Pretty cool. It was cool that little the jet trooper like launched off the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. So, I'm super excited for it. We're literally 26 days from this recording, so yeah, it's coming. So we got a lot to look forward to, right, buddy?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Did you like the trailer, Ellie? That was good, right? The thing we just watched, it was cool, huh? Yeah, awesome.
Kind of like it.
You kind of like it, yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for tonight. We got a lot more Jedi Fallen Order to do. We got some Mandalorian coming up, Chapter 4. What do you think is going to be the best thing for next? So we think we're going to do Cara Dune next week, the girl.
Yeah. Cardan, when a girl, I think Baby Yoda.
Yeah, she's going to help protect him.
Yeah, like she's gonna put like her finger in there, and Baby Yoda's gonna touch her.
Oh, just like the Mandalorian?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, all right. All right. There are repeating themes in Star Wars, so you never know, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, Space Wizards, Plastic Spacemen, and Rebel Princesses. Thanks again for listening to another episode of Big T and Little T, a Star Wars podcast. Okay, you can find us on the socials on Instagram. It's Big T Little LIL podcast, and then on Twitter we're B Little LIL podcast, and that's on Twitter. You can we'd love to hear from you, so comment, rate us on Apple Podcasts. You can email us at Big T Little T, that's LILT podcast @gmail.com. Episode 3, again, we're gonna be talking about Mandalorian. It's gonna be so fun. We're gonna talk a lot about more about Jedi Fallen Order, and these TV spots are coming out, so you never know. We might see another couple TV spots for The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Totally crazy stuff every week, so we'll see. All right.
Okay.
All right.
And one more question.
Sure.
We're gonna talk about you more about the Jedi Fallen Order, definitely,
Yeah.
and the Mandalorian.
Of
Mandalorian.
course, yes. Yeah. Of course. All right. So always remember, truly wonderful the mind of a child is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How do we end the show?
Um.
May
The force be with you
May,
always.
may the force be with you always.